Welcome to Furman University. I'm Scott Murr in the Department of Health Sciences and with the Furman Institute of Running and Scientific Training. The Health Sciences Department is located in the Physical Activity Center, more commonly known as the PAC, on campus. Welcome to the Physical Activity Center, or commonly referred to as the PAC. Our DEXA unit and BOD pod are housed in the front half of the building. Our metabolic lab and biomechanics lab are actually in separate labs behind the building. Our biomechanics lab and metabolic lab are actually housed in their own facility on the back side of the PAC. Our biomechanics lab, also known as HP1, is where we do our gait analysis on runners. Our metabolic lab, or HP2, is where we do our VO2 and lactate threshold testing. Our metabolic lab is located right beside our biomechanics lab. We have two metabolic systems and two wood-weight treadmills, so we can actually test two runners at the same time. The two most common tests for runners is VO2 max and lactate threshold. Those can be done as independent tests, or those can be combined for one test. For our first lab, we typically combine those and do one test to determine both lactate threshold and VO2 max. We use information that a runner provides us about their current running fitness to develop a testing protocol. For our first running retreat, we have 16 runners attend typically. We use the information they provide us about their running and develop an individualized testing protocol for each runner. For example, most protocols are something along the lines of, we will have them run for 4 minutes at a steady effort, which is actually relatively relaxed. At the end of that 4 minutes, we'll actually stop the treadmill, get a blood sample in order to measure blood lactate. We'll put them back on the treadmill for another 4 minutes at a slightly faster speed. They'll run for those 4 minutes, and at the end of that 4-minute stage, we will once again stop the treadmill, get a drop of blood to measure blood lactate. Once again, they'll be back on the treadmill for another 4 minutes. At the end of that 4 minutes, we will once again stop the treadmill to get another sample of blood to measure blood lactate. These first 14-15 minutes on the treadmill are generally relatively easy. They do get progressively faster. The next 4-minute stage, the runner realizes they're actually running now. It takes a little bit of a focused effort. This should be 15. We get another drop of blood at the end of that 4-minute stage. And typically by this point, the runner has just hit lactate threshold. After that point, we will have them run for another 4-minute stage. We'll get one more sample of blood after that. And then for the final stage, we will keep them at that final speed, and we'll actually start adding a little elevation each minute. A typical testing protocol takes approximately 30 minutes. For the VO2 and lactate threshold testing, runners will be fitted with a heart rate monitor, which they will wear around their chest, as well as they will be fitted with a mask that we will place on their face. These masks come in different sizes, so we will need to determine which size best fits your face. For your VO2 and lactate threshold test, your mask will actually be attached to a sample line while you're running. This will actually measure the amount of air that you're breathing and the contents of that air. From that information, we will actually be able to determine your VO2. You should have ample space to run naturally during the test. We're a heart rate monitor. Maybe. Okay.